Welcome to the Hospitality People Season 1, Episode 4. Great food is an art, but a successful restaurant is a business. To bridge that gap, you need someone who can understand both the kitchen and the boardroom. Balancing quality, efficiency, and profitability is the holy grail for any food business. Today, I'm sitting down with Chef Sameer, an expert in restaurant workflow optimization. From fine-tuning recipes to reduce waste to engineering menus that maximize kitchen output. His approach is comprehensive and data-driven. He has worked with everyone from small family eateries to large chain, helping them fix their core challenges. We discuss menu engineering, operational efficiency, and what it takes to build a profitable food brand. So, welcome to another episode of the Hospitality People. Today, we have with us Chef Sameer. As I have mentioned earlier about Chef Sameer, I've told you what all he has done. So, we are getting straight into it. Chef, you've gone from the heat of the kitchen to the boardroom of a restaurant consulting. What started that journey for you?
Kevin, thank you for inviting me. What has prompted me to go into consulting is the way I see that business owners and say this industry I really love. I have started it long time back in 1995, 96. I started working there, and I have grown fond of this entire industry. The restaurants are something which runs in my blood. It's I love it, and often I see that the business owners, they falter, they struggle, and they sometimes they also like fail. Their failure rate is very high, especially in the first year. So I wanted to just help the business owners to understand what they're getting into. I wanted to see them not fail so often. I see them not make the same mistakes over and over again. This is what I always wanted to do. So initially I thought wherever I will work, I will help the business owners, or I will help their managers. And I did. But what was happening, that this is just one person at a time. And this was like, whenever I'm there, okay, this is fine, I'll help. But if I am not there, or if I'm moving on, then what happens? Then later on, some of the mistakes get repeated. I'm not saying I'm the only one who does everything, but I'm saying that I see it, the business of business of restaurant as a business of food rather than food itself, because making food is one aspect of a kitchen and restaurant, and business of food is a totally different aspect. So when we are talking to the chef's team, when we are talking to managers, when we are talking to the other business partners, or the other the managers who are in the same business, who are in the same line.
All right. All right. So, you mentioned that cooking food is different than the business of food. So you have also transformed from the cooking of food to the business of food. So can you walk us through the early culinary years of your life and the moment when you realized that food was more than just cooking it?
Yeah, I will. I'll also let you know that how I actually I came to this line. Like, I was studying computers. I That was early 90s. I was even studying C++. At that time, the language was just evolving. I might have been a software consultant or a software engineer now. But as the destiny was written, that I was supposed to be here. So my father filled up the form for IHM, Institute of Hotel Management, and I did not know at that time, but the numbers which goes for the people who filled the form at that time was like 400,000 students, and barely and little short of 200,000. Sorry, little short of 2,000 only get admission. At that time, in those years, the private schools were far and few between, very few. The National Council Institute were the only one. They had 18 out at that time. So you get admission. So I said, okay, let's do this thing. The whole idea of a hotel management or culinary line, I had no notion of it. I didn't know what it was. At that time, it was the only thing I could see is from the movies which I've seen, and we were called the cooks and the Maharajs. And I and this was I was the the butt of the all jokes in my family at that time. But the more I studied, the more I knew that I understand this is much more complex than just cooking food. And this is not going to be so simple. So we were trained in multiple aspects. So there's the hotel management, there is front office, there is F&B service, there is housekeeping, there is nutrition, there is the actual food production. Then there is a bulk food production is separate, and there is a la carte style food production is separate. There is sales and marketing. There is just so many things in that. Even when you go even in food production, there is a bakery separate. There is the cookery separate. Then you have in the bakery also you have cake making separate. You have pastry separate. I That was the first year I came to know that the cakes and the pastries are actually two different things. I thought they should cut into small pieces, and that was called pastry, but it is not. For those who are the uninitiated, or everybody who thinks that the small cakes which they buy are pastries, they are not. The pastries are totally different thing. Okay, so this is how I started. The journey had been fantastic and fascinating. I studied. I went for my training in La Meridian, Delhi. I worked, and that was the time I realized that the kind of work involved in that one. I If anybody is going to hotel management now, and they are thinking that this is going to be kind of very very fancy, this is going to be wow. I will see the glittering walls and the chandeliers and the beauty and the sound and the music and the grand piano in the foyer. And there are Mercedes and Rolls Royce. Yeah, there are, but there are just too many years ahead from you, and there's a lots and lot of physical work is there, other than being the mental work and the strength you needed to actually go through. The initial years are very very, say, testing. I will say they're very testing. uh, the fallout rate, which I say the people who just leave this industry, is more than 50% in the first year itself. They just cannot cope up. They cannot realize that we are coming, we are speaking good English, we are speaking, we are highly educated, we are wearing suits and skirts and shirts and saris, and how am what am I going to gain out of rubbing floors, or I am cleaning walls and pots and pans and washing vegetable? What am I going to gain out of it? Uh, they leave. So, but what you actually need to know is that all of this are the basic foundation. You will never know what to do with the vegetable if you don't know how to actually wash it, or while washing, and how to select it. What is the selection process? What is the quality checking process? How to receive this vegetable, which is all very very important, as well as it is physically sternus. It is like you cannot just go through it without doing it by yourself.
Right.
And imagine at home when you have the idea of a cooking, your idea is like a few potatoes. And when you are in a hotel, we are talking about 800 kgs of potatoes at a time, and you are the only one who is doing it.
Right.
Although you have some equipments, but still there is a lot of physical work. So,
Yes.
if you bypass all of this, if you just go through all of this in first 3 to 4 years, then you start seeing the fruit of your labor. Then you are welcomed in the kitchen line or service line, or a housekeeping line, or whichever is your choice of here. For me, it was kitchen. So the kitchen, after 3 4 years, the if I'm presence every day over there and working 10 hours, 11 hours, 12 hours. I'm not saying that the work hours are less, work hours are more. Initial years are even more, but you are young, your body is very much capable. And believe me, those your co-workers who are there, longer than you, they also got the same length.
Yes, it's the whole process reaching the top hierarchy of the kitchen. You have to start down. So if all the chefs will know every role in the kitchen because they've been through that stringent process.
Yeah, the gauntlet. This is the gauntlet, and like kind of you get to marinate in that in the entire juice. You have to soak it into it, and that's the only way that you can actually gain trust and respect of those chefs or those who are going to teach you how you will learn and what you're going to do with your knowledge and the skills which are very much needed.
Right.
So you need those chefs, you need those people, those commies, those CDPs, baby chefs, the sous chefs. You need them. Those who have actually put decades. So you learn with them. So that's how I did. I learned with them. I worked with hotels. I worked with ITC. I worked with Leela. I worked with Taj. I worked with the Intercon. I worked with the Lalit. I worked with the Jumeirah. I worked with the Shangri-La. I work with Maidan in Dubai. So all these hotels, these places, they every single place has added value.
Right.
Some will give you a different kind of exposure. Some will give you a different kind of cuisine. Someone will give you different kind of skills. You need to move after a couple of years, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. You need to move to a different place so that you actually gain a different exposure.
Right.
This is how I did. So I worked for say around 15, 16 years in hotels. I worked in India, UAE, and Thailand, Dusit Thani also. And then I moved to restaurants. Then I joined two very prestigious restaurants. One is Junoon and one is Trescent. Later on, both of them got Michelin stars also.
Right.
Junoon was already Michelin star, but that was a Manhattan branch. I was in Dubai branch. I had a chance to uh, work with few of the best chefs in the world, and learning, of course. Then after the hotels, I after the hotel, then came the restaurants, and then came COVID.
Okay. So you then were you also? Yes, I do know that F&B was very bad. So how bad was this situation in Dubai, and how bad was it affecting people in the food and beverage industry?
Yeah, since I was here in Dubai, I knew, and I was seeing this thing firsthand. And since I'm from India, I was keeping track of how my friends and my industry is doing in the India. Both were just say shut down, devastated. There's no word to it. What happened?
Right.
You cannot just explain it. There's nothing to explain there. This thing just got put broken down to its bare minimum level.
Right.
Hotels were dying because there is nobody's coming.
Right.
There were no traveling. Your flights were grounded.
Right.
Uh, who is coming is are the many of the hotels actually they turn themselves into hospitals, and they turn into the camps where the people who are suffering, they can be actually put up because they had the facility, they had the rooms, they had the doors, they had the corridors, they have the from where the medicine can be given to them, food can be given to them. uh, many of the hotels, they started turning themselves into some kind of production facility, so that even if there are some camps which are out of the place, the food can be given to them. Everybody just started scaling down. The business was very less. Same thing happened to the restaurants. Like, who comes to the restaurant? The people and the tourists and the locals. But like, I think around 4 to 6 months, there was such a lockdown that you cannot even walk out. You are not allowed to go out without a police permission. Even if you are going to buy medicine, you could not. Same thing happens to suppliers. Same thing happens to the shop. Same thing happens to the restaurant. Same thing happened to the hotel. Everybody just scaled down to bare minimum, and a great lot of numbers. The outlets closed, the hotels closed, the restaurants closed, and the industries closed. At that time, the two kind of industries, they actually grew up. One was cloud kitchens.
Yes,
So
they shot up massively.
cloud kitchen, they just boomed.
Right.
And that was the time when actually I heard first time. It was 20s, late 20s, no, October, November, December, those months. I heard about cloud kitchens. Everywhere there was cloud kitchens, and I think what does cloud has to do with the kitchens? Like it's a flying kitchen or what? So I started reading about it, knowing about it. That was like internet was everybody's friend at that time because you are at home. What you are going to do?
Right.
Learning about it, cloud kitchens. Then I saw, wow, this is a very nice segment because they don't need anybody to come to them. They deliver to people. So delivery of food became like a lifeline to industry. So even the hotels went into that, restaurants went into that, and there are full on specialized outlets, the F&B companies which are going for becoming cloud kitchens or dark kitchens, which is also unknown. They are known as.
Right.
Now, so I thought, okay, the restaurants are not going to cut it. The hotels are not going to cut it. What to do? Let's get into cloud kitchen. So I started learning, and then I started looking for jobs there, and I went into cloud kitchen business, which was 20s, and I worked them for like 4 5 years. So this industry is very fascinating. This segment, this vertical is fascinating. This the cloud kitchen. Now they are also high. They're developing. They are going hybrid now. There is something called cloud kitchen and actual restaurant merged. There are cloud kitchen. They are specialized cloud kitchen who actually deliver to other cloud kitchens. They don't deliver. They don't give food to the local or normal orders. There are
It's a
cloud
B2B.
Yeah, B2B, business to business. There are some cloud kitchens which works on a kind of of a pantry version. Like they make the some mise en place, the basic cuts and the marination and of the food, and they give it to other restaurants. They give it to other hotels. They are also into this one. So there is a lot of segmentation kept on happening. It's an organic development, and some of the cloud kitchens are very pure. Like I make my food and I will sell it through delivery platforms only, the aggregatorship. So I get to work in these places. I have said also another version which was working at that time during the COVID was caterings only.
Right.
Yeah. So these two versions were working, and the hotels and the restaurants were struggling a lot. Uh, the main reason for the hotels to struggle was the hotels are massive structures.
Right.
They need a lot of capital to build, and they need to continuously churn. Like they need to continuously make money. Otherwise, the entire structure is making losses, which not many companies can bear. Some companies have deep pockets. They have budget for it, but many companies they cannot do that. And also, the hotel's main business is rooms. The food is just a supplementary. Food is like at 15 to 20% of the entire revenue of a hotel. So hotel got affected because there is nobody's coming there for the room. If the room is selling, fine, they can still sustain even if they don't make any money in the food. Many of the hotels they don't really make too much money in the food. Whenever I'm talking to any of the businessmen, they also think the hotel restaurants are doing well. I used to tell them hotels and restaurants are supplement to each other, but food in a hotel is not really making money. You to sustain the food business in the hotel, if the hotel is owning their own restaurant, is it requires a lot of capital. It requires a lot of manpower. It requires a lot of cost rather than a normal restaurant. Like the operational cost or the OPEX of a restaurant is less than the OPEX of a restaurant in a hotel.
Right. Right. Definitely. Chef, you spoke about working with a lot of big brands, the industry magnets. And you spoke about understanding cloud kitchens, dark kitchens. So, what was that turning point when you decided to step out of the kitchen and start consulting restaurants instead? Uh,
Yeah, a couple of years back, actually, one of my friend, he had a restaurant long time back when we were studying. Like he's my college mate. So that restaurant was being run by his father.
okay.
So his father later on decided to venture into another business. So he said, okay, we will just shut down the restaurant. They own the land and the building. So they said, and we will go into something else. So they said, okay, we'll do that. Now, couple of years back, like 3-4 years back, he said, okay, can we, I wanted to start this. I don't want to do what was being done, say around 15, 20 years back. I want to do something new. So he called me and Samir, like, I know you are working in this hotel and restaurants for a long time. What can we do? I said, okay, let me come on. Let me come in. I went for 2 months to back to India. And I said, okay, let's sit down and decide what you are doing. So this was like a kind of a full-on consulting. I didn't charge him anything, like he's my friend. But this entire exercise of how it was like a kind of they had the land and they had the building, but we had to do everything. We had to do MEP, we have to do the menu engineering, we have to design the menu, we have to do the recipes, we have to do the food trials, we have to have the supply chain fixed, we have to get the interiors done, we have to hire the manpower, we have to, like, it's a full-on like ground zero onwards. Okay, so we started working on it. I was on vacation, so I said, okay, let's do that. It took us around nearly full 2 months. But this exercise made me realize that this what I am doing in the restaurants, or what I'm doing in the hotels, or what I'm doing in the cloud kitchen is different from what actually this hotel business is. So like 4 5 years back, 4 years back. So I said, oh, so I need to learn more. I need to know more about it. So I started doing and digging in, doing my research, learning more, asking more, talking to people more. This like a couple of years back it started, and then again if you decide to do something, if you try to do something, it just does not happen overnight. So that also is an organic growth.
It's the whole
So
process.
whole process. First, I started working with the just the menus, then the recipes. Then I started working them. Can I help them in licensing? Then what to do with the licensing? Then I talk to people. Then I know the process. Then I again help them. Then I started. Can I help them in making their budgets? So because this also is one of the main backbone, main bones which needed for the restaurant to stand on. These are the legs. So how can I help them? Do they know how to make their budget? Do they know their numbers? So I started learning that. I started helping them. But right now I'm in UAE, so I can know about and everything is related to the business, the law. So I'm aware. I'm here. So with the UAE business, I am aware. This is different if somebody is doing a business, say for example in Ghana, if he's doing something in America. So the law effect over there. So I don't claim that I know about the places of other places. Some basic functions remain same. Some basic the law and some basic rules remain same. But many things are affected by your environment, by your climate, by your by where you are. So here I know a lot. Here I have been doing this thing I'm in Dubai for since 2000 I think 11, and so I spend a lot. I've spent a lot of time here, so I am aware of this place. So that's how it is. It is the innate need for me to help and give back to my industry. First, I started with 1%, 2%. Then I have to do it where it impact 50% or 100%.
Right. So, chef, coming to consultation, now again, coming back to the first answer you gave, making food and the business of food. So, many chefs are passionate about food in today's world, but only very few understand the numbers that go into it. As you said, they're two completely different things. So, how did you learn to balance the creativity and the commercial success?
How do I learn to balance? By just realizing that the restaurant is actually a business. I know there's a lot of passion. I know there is a lot of creativity needed. And I know there is a lot of so the fire which needed to be brought into work. But I was as naive as anybody else, that if I am creative enough, if I fire enough, if I put enough hours, if I put enough passion, this is going to succeed. But then I realized that this is the definition of success for me is very different from the definition of a restaurant. A definition of a restaurant is to make money. Only then it can survive. Only then it can live. Only then it can provide. Like you will work in a restaurant only when you are this is going to succeed. If it is dying, nobody's coming to eat. Then again, what you are going to cook for whom?
Right.
And if you say that I cook the best food and the people will come, you have to realize that best food to cook, and you have to find out who are the people. Then you have to target those people. Then there is one aspect of it called marketing. Then there is one aspect of it called projecting your food in front of it. And there is one aspect of having your name out there. Then beyond and much before than that, you have to understand the what food you are cooking, how much it is going to cost. Then if it is going to cost, then how much you are going to sell, and if you are going to sell it, at what rate, and is it an acceptable rate in the market.
Right.
You have to start thinking a lot of things. So first thing came recipes, of course. Second thing came cost of the costing, which is the costing of the recipes, of course. Yes, this is one of the like basic things that everybody learns. Then third thing came the menu mix. Oh wow, what is the menu mix? How do we mix a menu? Then came menu engineering. I said, okay, you can engineer a menu. Wow. Then you have to learn that. Then you started learning that what is called the menu placement. That
Right.
which item of the menu you put where in the menu page at what place. This is a totally different the game, and I never knew that. I thought you can put like starter in first page, then your main course on the third page, and your dessert on the last page. And where do I put salads? Oh my god, there is a rice segment. Where is supposed to wait, go before the main, or it's go after the main? And drinks, like there are so many. I'm making so many of mocktails, I'm making so much of lassis, I'm making so much of drink. Where it is supposed to go? Last page, first page, is it before the starters? uh, so this is called the menu placement. You learn that. Then there is a color theme of the
Right.
rest of the menu. You have to learn about the color theme of the menu. So this is just small one small cog of the wheel. You learn to play with, master it. The mastering is a wrong word, right? You learn and do away. There's no master ever. There's nobody's a master. You can be a master of a small segment or a small part of this thing, but again, you have to learn the whole wheel. You have to learn the whole machine, and you have to be aware of it. So you start once uh, those things are done. Once then you have to see that if I am actually doing if I know the menu now, I know the recipes, I know the menus, I know menu mixing, I know menu engineering. Now what? Oh, there is called man management. What is the
Right.
man management? How am I going to control my staff? How am I going to control other staff? How am I going to control the entire section? How am I going to control the entire kitchen?
Right.
Oh man, they did this man management also. Okay, let's do with this thing. You spend some time. You start learning the how the psychology of the chefs work, how the psychology of the waiters work. Who is like how not shouting is actually a powerful tool.
Right.
Every chef that if I shout enough, that everybody will listen. But when you learn that not shouting is actually a very powerful tool, then you realize,
Right.
wow, this also can be done. Beyond this, then there is another aspect of it. Suppliers, they are in their own universe. So you learn to learn about supply chain. So this is how it started. This is how it grew on me that making food is not going to cut it. There is a business of making food where actually the money moves. Where actually and that's very different. That is why often there is I've seen that those chefs who are very much focused on their skills, on their work, they are in disagreement with the owners, or the managers who actually they're running the business at that time. So that disagreement be- bring discontent also. Sometimes they understand each other, sometimes they don't. If it is but if the chefs started understanding why a manager or why the owner is asking for something very specific or not to do something very specific, then even if it is not sitting well with them, with the chefs, they understand, yeah, this is not sitting well with me, but this is necessary for to do business at a time. Like if they say that there is supposed to be a certain spiced mix going supposed to go in my, say for example, samosa, or it's supposed to go into a biryani, or it is supposed to go in a kashatore. I'm supposed to make this particular cut for osabuco. Yes, but if you are preparing something which is not selling, preparing something which is not sitting well with the end clients, the guest, preparing something which is not easily available also, and you have to like import it, or you have to like get it at a great cost to the restaurant to actually get the stuff for you to make it, and you are not able to sell it enough, or you are not able to sell it at a given price, then the entire exercise actually falls apart. So even if your even if your recipe is authentic to the core, even if you're authentic to the last bone, it is you're authentic. But the cost of making that dish is so high that you cannot sell it profitably. Then this thing is going to fall. This thing is going to fail.
Definitely. Definitely.
So that's how I learned. That's how I always say preach also. I teach also. I train also. Same way. But
Okay.
you have to understand that the dish can be very, very authentic and it will fail.
Right.
And dish can be something very generic and it will be a super successful. I always say that the business must be boring. Boring business makes money. Exciting business, they don't make money, they die fast. Especially if a chef or any other the business owner, if they says that this is my passion, cooking is my passion, or food is my for I love food, that's why I'm a foodie, or that's why I wanted to open a restaurant, this also is one of the red flags. If you love cooking, you'll be cooking, yes, but who is running the business?
Right.
So I often give the example of saying by Napoleon Bonaparte that a general can only lead the army when he is away from them and he has turned their back towards them. Only then he can walk into the field and the army can follow. Same thing goes for a business. You cannot be involved in one particular aspect like cooking or serving or cash counter or an interior or whatever they say. Totally immerse yourself in that activity and you can control it. You have to actually step out. Only then you can have a macro view of the business. So if you are a foodie who loves to eat food, yes, eat food. Now, who is not saying no, don't follow your passion, but if you are eating food, then what about suppliers? What about inventory? What about the boring part of the business, which are much more important than just food? What about the interior? What about the cleanliness of sofas? What about the maintenance? What about all those things? If you are only focusing on just food, what about the uniform of the waiter who is going next to the table to serve the food and his uniform is torn, or his uniform is showing threads coming out of, or it has a spot in it, and his nails are long, and then he's the one who is keeping the food on the table, it will repulse the customer.
Right.
So
Right.
so if you are too passionate about one activity of the food, of the business of food, then this again is one of the things which I see, and I always warn the people who I do consultation with.
So when you're consulting with these people, how do you help these chefs who resist change or think of consulting as interference?
By giving them value, by giving them, actually telling them beforehand in actual clear words that I'm here to help you, I'm here to tell you something. What you are doing is if it is yielding right impact, like I often give them an example, chef, or the manager, you have like years of experience, and they said, yes, I have like decades, and I have 20 years and I have 30 years of experience. I said, and you think the business is what is happening right now, the numbers which you are churning, the sale which you are doing, is it okay? And they said, no, we should do more. I said, and I'm quite sure before calling me as a consultant, you have done your due diligence. You have you have tried to make the things better, right? Because consultation, you need to pay more, and then it's an additional expense. So then they say, yes, we have tried this, we have tried this, we have tried this. I said, and it has not really yielded some, say, feasible result. And they say, yeah, we are not, we need to do something. I said, that's exactly where I'm coming. I'm coming with a different perspective. I'm coming with fresh eye. I'll be able to tell you more. I'll be able to show you more, and maybe something you already know, you already have, it is already present, and you're not seeing it enough.
Right.
This thing has always got. So they always know that I'm there with the different this thing. I said, I'm here for some time, and I'm as a consultant, and I'll walk out. This is your place. This will always be your place.
Right. So, coming from your consulting journey and what you see in the restaurants while you're consulting them, your observations. Now, Dubai's food scene is very hyper competitive because, as an earlier podcaster mentioned, Dubai has become a world palette where from every part of the world you have all cuisines there. It's like become an international hub. So, what trends you see in the restaurant owners uh, that they are not paying attention to?
What they should be actually, they what usually they don't, is that they should understand that any trend or any style, even if it is old or if it is just a stand, if it is a sparkle or if it is it's a more sustainable business, you have to understand it has a life.
Right,
Like you buy a machinery, it has a life of it. It has a life. You buy a knife, it has a knife. It has a life. You build a structure of a restaurant, it has a life.
right,
After that, it needs support or change, or you have to build anew.
right,
You really have to understand this thing. The same thing goes for the concept of the food also, concept of the restaurant also. A concept of a restaurant, like those who are very sustainable, like if you take a, say, for example, a Sarad Darbar kind of Pakistani restaurant, you take the Indian restaurants, like India Palace, you take a Italian restaurant, you take a Japanese restaurant, you take a coffee shop, anything what you take, it has a life of its concept. You need to change that concept within that lifespan. uh, a normal restaurants, unless it's a very like evergreen some concepts are evergreen, like pizza, pasta, burgers, salads. They're like and cafeterias, cafe. They have like people like it as it is, but you just bring in some elements, some changes, some menu differences, and some color, and it sustains. But other type of restaurant, you need to change it. The usual life of a concept is around 5.5 years. The usual life of a trend is just 1 year. So if the mistake what they do is they just stick with it. This is where everybody just start feeling that, oh, this is not selling enough. It was selling very well before. Like this is
right,
common mistake as a chef. Our sales are very low now. It is low. I start looking at it. I start looking around there. So you are doing the same thing what you were doing like 5 years back.
right,
So do you think there is something, nothing new has come? As you are saying, Dubai is hyper competitive. People are so well aware of the food and the change which is happening.
right,
So this
right,
you have to change with this thing. Said, no, we have made our restaurant that way. I said, yeah, do some changes. Not don't just break it down and build again. Do some changes. Do some bring something new. You have to keep your restaurant, the menu very very fresh.
right,
Uh, the good restaurant which I know, they change their restaurant. They change their menu every third month. There are some restaurant which does it for every 6 months. Or even if it's not always the entire menu is changed. They change around, say 20% or 30% of the menu.
right,
They do some menu testing by 10 cards, or table d'hote menu, or menu of the day, or the chef special menus.
right,
They do this case. They do these tastings, and they know that what exactly is people are liking more. What exactly what exactly is the people are looking for change again, and they can bring those elements. This is what always goes missing.
So you're saying that a trend usually a concept trend is a couple of years, whereas a concept usually needs changing in 5 years. So what kinds of cuisines or format do you think will dominate the next 5 years globally, and then where you're specifically located, which is the UAE area?
So this is what say nobody actually know this thing, but currently what I see the Asian cuisines are coming in, the Korean and the Japanese, with the modern outlook. They are coming in now, and I see them happening coming for at least 1 or 2 years. I see a general lack. There is still a gap of a Persian cuisine in Dubai and UAE. We don't have we have few, but we don't have enough of these cuisines there. So, uh, what is still going on boosting is healthy cuisine, the health based cuisine, the calorie conscious cuisine is this thing. These are the things which I keep on seeing that people are still looking for it. At least for 2 years, I see this is going on.
So, Chef, what's one piece of advice you wish every restaurateur would follow in today's time? That
Maybe
one
one
advice.
There is one advice. There is no one advice like that. There is what that you will have you are asking for a magic key. Yeah, this is a magic key, and this will open all doors. Not none of this. But yeah, what if for all the chefs and all the owners, the investors, future investors, I would like to say that show grit and stick to it. This is something. Nothing is going to work out like in a snap. No, nothing is going to work like that. This is going to take some time. Everything is going to take some time, and you focus on it. Focus on one outcome, just
Right.
one out, and then work towards it. If you go after one thing, you will definitely get it. As you might have seen, there's a story that there are two guys who are digging well, and one person give up after some time, another person doesn't give up. He gets the water. Exactly. This is the universal truth there. Go after just one single outcome
Right.
and don't stop till the time you get it, and you will get it.
Very
Show
true.
grit.
Very true. This perseverance and continuous hard work.
Keep
Uh,
on digging.
so, Chef, what quickly, like, if in a couple of lines you had to tell us, what does a successful consulting project for you look like? From start to finish. A smooth.
I don't need one word. I just need one.
Right. Right. So, if there's a profit, the consulting project is a success.
Yeah, but again, the profit is not just money. There are some places where the profit is time. There are some places where the profit is space. There are some places where the profit is the process. There are some places the process is no is a rough par. So the profit actually in any way the efficiency, if you can say it to it another way, that it is more efficient business, it is more efficient money making, it's more efficient workplace, it is more efficient menu, it is more efficient efforts, it is more efficient the entire food making process. So profit in you can say profit, but profit can be misconstrued as money. But efficiency, you can say efficient business.
So, although you mentioned so many of other forms of profit apart from the financial results, how do you measure your success as a consultant beyond that?
Smiles on the face of the person who hired me. That is what is this thing, and his nods and the sparkle in the eye. That is what I measure it as. You can say emotional intelligence comes over there, and also their zero hesitation in paying me my consultation fees first time, and definitely calling me for a second time. This is the measure of success.
Amazing. Good answer. Good answer. Chef or chefs who are thinking into, becoming a consultant, which is also a very new thing to F&B, because earlier it was all in the hands of the executive chef. How it would pan out. Where should these chefs start? For the consultation job if they're looking in the future.
Well, start first thing is the first place to start is in your heart. You have to understand that are you ready to give value? Don't just think that I will put a consultant in my profile and then things will and it will start raining. It is not going to rain.
Right.
Believe me, there is going to be a lot longer drought than they're going to be before you see even one speck of water. So first of all, expand your horizon, expand your skill, try to not just don't forget about that you know only about cooking food. If you know only about cooking food, you have one skill. The restaurant is a very complex machine. There is so many things in it. Involve in it. If you are not involved in it, start getting involved. Learn about it, read about it, talk about it. The more you talk and more you learn about it, you will realize that this is not just about cooking food. Cooking food is just one aspect of a business, of this of restaurant business. So are you aware of this thing? Can you actually like very confidently talk about it? If you think you are very very confident talk about it, do it for free. The consultation, go and talk to a restaurant owner or a business owner or somebody whom you know. Before you are a chef for some years, you know, definitely know few people. Go and talk about it. Can we like, can I help you in somewhere? I will not charge you any money. So if you can actually do it for free, then it tells me you are passionate about, you really care about it, you will succeed. And if you can do it successfully, that it actually brings a smile and the kind of what I call profit. If you can, or efficient, if you can bring it in practice, then again this will fly. But again, you have to show the grit again. You have show the grit to become a chef. Now you have to show the grit to become a consultant. Your projects will not come immediately. See, nobody knows you are a consultant, but some will know you're a consultant. Again, out of 10, only one will care that you are a consultant.
Right.
Because this is like more money. I have my chefs, I have my managers. Why should I get a consultant? Unless they feel the need and they find that you are the solution for that need. So it will take some time. It'll take a couple of years.
So, Chef, like, as you're aware that at StockTake Online, the company which is hosting this podcast is a AI tool which provides inventory management, recipe management, so on and so forth. So, how important is AI in today's time in restaurants? How important as a consultant do you think AI is, and how far is it going to, make restaurants more efficient?
See, the AI, what is in today's date is actually it's a collective intelligence. It's not really intelligent per se, but again, that is also not far. The general AI is is not far also. But what you have right now is that you is this ability to actually take very successful collective decisions, which humans are incapable of it. The way AI is growing, and the more incorporation of this thing into software or the tools it is there, the better it is going to be for humans. AI is not harmful for humans. It's actually very very useful. It is going to be something which is changing the world faster than if a software like StockTake Online is empowered with the AI. Now consider this thing, the change from say 2 years before to 5 years back. So the 5 years gap in before AI and 2 years with AI, the growth is multifold. The growth is exponential. The change is exponential. The efficiency is much better. So I see that this is an extremely helpful tool. The extremely helpful, the entire segment of AI powered StockTake Online. Yes, it is beautiful, and I also would say that they have to continuously keep on developing it, because what AI 6 months back, it is far more advanced now.
Right, right,
The growth is much faster than the thing. You cannot just go, you just cannot grow exponentially. That, yeah, we had chat GPT 3.5 incorporated with the tool, and now, and by the time you get up out of bed, oh, there's chat GPT 5. So the growth is really really fast. So yes, it helps. Yes, it is becoming far more helpful than it is just as a pure tool. But need develop, need to keep on incorporating.
Great, great. So, Chef, this conversation has been lovely. We've come towards the last segment, which is a rapid fire, where we're looking just for immediate one answer questions on the whatever comes on the top of your mind. Very basic. Your favorite comfort food after a long consulting day?
The biryani.
Or biryani? Or perfect. A restaurant in Dubai everybody should try once at least.
Everybody,
Should try once at least. Always fun in Dubai. Yes.
Trescent.
Crescent. Okay. One ingredient you can't live without.
One butter.
From the kitchen. But okay. What would you tell your 25-year-old self?
25 after or 25 like
Whenever when you were 25, what is one thing you would let him know from today's time?
focus, boy. Focus on one aspect at a time. Don't just look everything. Don't try to learn too many cuisine. Don't try to learn too many skills. Focus on one skill, master it, then go for second one.
Perfect. So if you weren't a chef or a consultant, what else would you be doing today?
Software, definitely software.
Yes, you did mention it, software.
Yes.
So thank you so much, Chef. That brings us to the end of today's episode. It was really great talking to you, learning from the experience. And yes, thank you once again so much for joining us.
Thank you very much, Karen, for having me here. I really enjoyed this conversation.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Chef.